not going.
And I ended up going to one here in Ireland instead of Berkeley, which is no crack.
Pulse?
Yep.
Should I have mentioned that?
Sorry. It was a different animal back then than it is now.
Yeah.
So it's Warner put it all out. Listen, this song I picked...
That's a lot more than I knew about him.
Yeah. I knew he was mad in music and I knew he liked writing music, but I didn't know this much until I went into it. Now, the song I picked is called Claudia's Theme. And that's literally all I can tell you about it. I'm not going to go out my fucking way. It's from the Unforgiven soundtrack. I think that's when he started writing bits and pieces. 4 soundtracks would have been around Unforgiven. What I did find out was that he bought the rights. This is weird. He bought the rights to Unforgiven in the mid-70s. He bought the script in the mid-70s. And he just stashed it. He threw it in a safe. And he was like, I'm going to wait till I'm real old.
Nice.
So he was smart enough about it. Like, he absolutely comes across as a clever bastard.
Very clever.
But he was like, right, I'm going to wait now until I'm a bit older. I need to have some years.
He's a proper film man.
He is, yeah. But he realised he had to have a few years under his belt if he's going to play this aged, wizened cowboy.
Because even by the time he's doing the spaghetti westerns, he was sort of almost... He could have faded out by then. He could have easily faded out by then.
He also diversified himself. Like any which way but Lewis gave him massive boosts.
And the Line of Fire from, I think, 95 with John Malkovich, where he makes a little gun out of wood.
Yeah.
I love that film.
Remember that? Yeah. Remember the cover? It was a great cover. In the circle, the scope.
He would take a bullet for the president.
He definitely would. Yeah, but he did in that. Some lad did. Anyway, that was Clint Eastwood. Who's your next one?
I'm going to Jack's. Don't make a fucking funny joke when I go to Jack's like I did the last time.
I'll pause it for you.
Yeah, make a pause. Don't make it funny. Don't make it little.
I'll tell you what, I'll go with you.
This, by the way,
I'll hold your hand.
This is our second podcast, and I haven't taken a piss yet.
Okay.
So
I have.
Don't put a funny joke in
I'll
there.
go with you. I'll hold your hand. You ready? Let's go.
To be fair, was quite funny.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Real drunk.
You left a little joke about me needing to piss all
I done
the
a
time.
little. I remember doing a little. I don't remember what I said.
You have marginally less pisses than me in this.
Slightly.
Yeah, so.
Slightly. But let's go. Come on, I'll hold your hand. And we're back.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel after that slash?
Well, that was just one normal piss, so if I don't go for the rest of the podcast, I won't need to worry.
We have to rename this the Lost Piss Podcast because this is fucking the Art of Pissing podcast.
Well, you're on your second, I'm on my first. That's all I'm saying now.
Yeah, but so what?
Right, my next one is Tracy Lords. The song is Control from 1995. I have to be very careful about how I introduce Tracy Lords. So I think maybe...
One of these trigger warning jobs?
Not really, but yeah, kind of. So I will just say this. Tracy Lords was an adult film star who wasn't an adult.
When she started, yeah.
And she retired when she was 18.
Yep.
Which lets you know that some bad shit happened before then. So she had a fucking awful early life.
Yeah.
She was molested and impregnated by her mother's boyfriend,
Oof.
who then wanted to get her into nude modelling, but had to fake a driver's license for her when she was 15. Proper scumbag. Like proper deep down absolute dirtbag. Yeah, so she got into that industry until it came out that she had been underage for that whole 2 years, or 2 or 3 years when she was making those films.
Fucking hell.
And every pornographer had to go and just absolutely scrape everything
Of course they did,
off the...
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, she must have clearly looked young. Is that just as bad if they look and that's what you're going for? Anyway.
I suppose that's what they're aiming for.
Anyway. It's good things, hopefully, for Tracy Lords anyway, by the end of this. She after all that, she enlisted in an acting school. I don't think I had the name written down now, for some reason it's there, where she wanted to become a method actor. Now, that didn't happen.
What? Nothing.
What? Don't.
Nothing.
You can't.
I know. That's why I stop. Stop. Keep going.
Can't.
Keep going. I'm just pinching my leg.
It's just, I keep reading that sentence. After her departure from pornography, only 2 days after turning 18.
At the bright age of 18.
That's the chilliest fucking sentence
wizened
of them all.
Grimness.
Now, let's talk about...
Sex, baby.
She had a song. She kind of did a bit of both acting and music around the same time.
Yeah, I remember
so
that.
just once you're in there, you're trying to do both of those things and see which
Anything
one
to get
which one
away
takes
from
off.
getting railed on, like.
Fucking aura. She had a song in the Pet Sematary 2. Called,
What a film.
It's... Yeah, why did they make a second one of them?
Because the first one was middling.
So anyway, that led to her getting signed by Radioactive Records and released the album called Thousand Fires in 1995. That album was actually received pretty fucking well. It's a kind of dancey techno album.
Yeah.
So I'd say the producer.
That was all the rage back then, though.
Yeah. And also, I'm not being bad, but when they heard her voice, they went techno.
Of course.
It's not going to be Southern blues.
Yes.
It's not going to be.
It's going to be high energy stuff.
It's not going to be gospel.
And when we make the video, we know exactly what we're doing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, we know what we're doing. Now, to be fair to her, right, she was already at that stage now where that life was absolutely gone behind her. Because if you shoot forward, she was in Tommy Knockers. Don't make a joke about that either.
No, don't tell me.
God, there's so many jokes for that alone.
Stop. Move on.
She was in Zack and Miri Make a Porno, which she actually she had just had a kid before Zack and Miri Makes a Porno, and she didn't want to do that film because she was just kind of like, I'd love to work with Kevin Smith. I just had a kid, and I'd love to not have to go back to work. But she read the script and went, I absolutely love this. I'm just not taking the boobs out for it. So Kevin Smith was like, yeah, that's fine. I get it. That's fine.
Garbage film. Don't care.
It's not great.
It's garbage.
I don't, that was during the annoying Seth Rogen stage where he just go,
garbage. Yeah,
there's
garbage.
Cookie Monster laughing. It's just
garbage. And I like a lot of stuff he's in because it's stupid, but that's garbage.
Yeah, but if we shoot back to '95 when she released that 1,000 Fires album, it had really, really, really poor sales because of really bad graphic design in the front cover as well. It's shit, but it's not a bad little dance album. I listened through it because I knew this song already because this song is in its instrumental form on the Mortal Kombat soundtrack.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. And that Mortal Kombat soundtrack is double platinum.
Yeah, that's famous.
Because it's, for the time it was good. It's not great now.
Yeah, but it's famous.
But the Mortal Kombat, it's just good. It's 95. We're talking techno dance and a little bit of house.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, that's sort of, I know that she has a song out last year as well. I went to listen to it. I was like, I'm all good for that.
Yeah, it's grand.
Yeah. But she is actually, she's just really happy now and she just takes roles whenever they can. It's Tracy Lawrence. After that start, there's only really so much you can...
It's all uphill, isn't it?
It's all uphill, but there's also only really so far you can go without being like, will we help out Tracy Lords with this film and stuff like that?
Well, listen, anything that happens to you is fucking better than what happened to you, you know what I mean?
Jesus, man, that's a fucking awful start. This Song Control is good. It actually is. It's now like Kylie Minogue around 95, but it's an attempt.
She had a crack at it.
Tracy Lords, wasn't considered a singer, especially when she was that age. But 1995, 1,000 Fires. Give the album a quick listen on Spotify. See what you think. That's probably the best song on it. Some of them are.
The album cover is unreal.
It's so cheesy. It's
unreal.
It's not a million miles away from Britney Spears though, as well. The album cover. Not really.
She's looking well as well, to be fair. Like,
no comment on that. Who's your next one?
When she's fucking of age, then fuck, I'm allowed to say it. Jesus Christ. Right, next one is Christopher Lee.
Oh yeah, he's had a few.
Christopher Lee,
pops at the music.
What a lad! What a fucking lad! Considered the oldest heavy metal singer ever.
Yes. If you don't consider, it makes so many jokes there. It's about time someone got into something when they're old.
Oh God, Helma, stop it! I have to say stuff now. Shut up. Go for another piss. Will I get my breath back?
No, I don't need another piss.
Right, Christopher Lee.
Is not inflamed right now.
Christopher Lee died in 2015. 1922 to 2015. The fucker lived, right? Holy Jesus Christ. So he put out 4 albums and 3 EPs. Most of them were metal albums.
That's right, yeah.
Right. They started off kind of operatic.
Yeah.
And they start getting into that kind of power metal, operatic metal, and by the end of it, they were just metal albums.
His voice suits it. It's like, oh, trolls attacking the gate.
I don't even know if he knew what metal was, right? I have this feeling. I get this feeling.
I'd say they added the heavy guitars afterwards. I'd say he sang to a harp.
Yeah, something like that.
A harp and
now an electric piano and a harpsichord and a xylophone, and he's giving it the fucking Now his songs are all based upon like, I think, like medieval battles and kings and queens and all. Like, they're not necessarily super fantasy.
You shall not pass.
Yeah, kind of.
That's not even him.
Yeah,
that's the other fella.
That's the other lad.
Fuck man. Ian McKellen have any metal albums out?
No.
What did Sauron say? He said some bad shit, didn't he?
Not really. He kind of cried a lot when he's on top of that tower. So you don't really see him for a while. He's on the tower for a good bit. I'll look after it. He says stuff like that. There's an awful lot of shit like that. Leave her to me. And that's it. And then he's like, you're Saruman. Yeah, he's not Sauron. He's Saruman. Yeah.
I've gotten a few things wrong already.
It's all right. It's grand. To be fair, I was always pissed off that there was a Saruman and a Sauron. That always bothered me. Mate, just start one with an F or something. Give us a fucking break.
There's so many of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of it going on.
So many of that. Yeah.
So many of them. So Christopher Lee, his great-grandmother was a very famous opera singer called Marie Carandini. Super famous opera singer. This is real fucked up, right? His family history is insane. Insane. He is a cousin to Ian Fleming, who wrote all the Bond novels. Yeah, every single one of them. He is a relative.
The broccoli bonds.
Yeah, exactly. He is a relative of Robert E. Lee, the Confederate Army commander from the Civil War as
He
well.
was the good guy, though, right?
No, he's a baddie.
Oh, he was the bad one?
He's a baddie. Yeah.
Was he?
Confederate Army commander, yeah, the baddie.
Oh, that gave it away, didn't it? Yeah.
That'll do it. He's a relative of Robert E. Lee, a cousin of Ian Fleming, and his great mother was Marie Carandini, famous opera singer.
If we can link him to Snoop Dogg's family.
Unreal. That's
another huge...
Betcha I could.
Oh.
Betcha I could. Give me an hour on the phone, I'll link him to Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Double check.
Okay, fair enough.
Double check.
Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna
back in a minute.
No. Let the listeners do something like that. Link.
Yeah, connect Christopher Lee to Snoop Dogg,
and therefore all of Snoop Dogg's links. Yeah,
win a lost art sticker that doesn't exist yet.
You need to be as quick as Star Wars, man, getting those stickers out.
Oh, fucking hell, dirty bastards. So 4 albums, 3 EPs. Most of them were metal albums. He also narrated loads of audiobooks.
That's right, yeah. He got that. The voice is perfect for it.
Yeah, but like I said, the albums were originally kind of symphonic, and then they had a little kind of heavy leaning to them early on in them, and I think they were all connected. Like this.
Well, if you think about like that kind of music, it does lend itself very well to
big time, yeah,
the big pounding drums and
absolutely. So I think he done a 2-part album called Charlemagne. So this song, what song is it? This song's called Act 3. Act 3, the bloody fucking. What's it called? I have it written down here. Act 3, The Bloody Verdict of Verdun. And it's from an album called Charlemagne. But I think he released the Charlemagne 2, Part 2 as well, which continued the story. So he just he sang history. He was obsessed with history.
Is this not all made up dragon shit?
No, it's all real.
It's real people he's singing
real
about.
punters that he's singing about, yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, in my head he's just singing
Lord
of the Rings.
No. I don't think he necessarily had too much of an interest in actual fantasy. I think he might have been one of the only people that actually met Tolkien as well. I think he met him. He's the only person involved in those films that ever actually met Tolkien.
Imagine him around the set. What was it like meeting Tolkien?
He was in the army for years as well. He gave advice on what men sound like when they're stabbed to the crew on Lord of the Rings.
I was going to say in the army. I was like, what? Just stab them, don't.
But apparently there's a noise. Somebody on set was talking about like what noise.
No, but in your head, like I thought that was his job in the army. Was giving advice on how people sound like when they're stabbed.
Apparently, one of the actors who was getting stabbed was like, what type of noise should I make? Like a big roar or a grunt or whatever. And he tried it out. And Lee was there. He goes, that's not what it sounds like. And I was like, what do you mean?
It sounds like.
Exactly. So he gave advice on what like being stabbed sounds like. And that's what you hear then in Lord of the Rings. I don't have a lot more to go on. It's just very interesting that Christopher Lee, the super famous actor from Lord of the Rings, how we know most people... Older than us, but known from like Hammer Horror and stuff like that as well.
Listen, he was great.
He's a fucking good lad, but the lad was putting out fucking metal albums at like whatever fucking age he was. 100. Several teen years old he was. And he was banging out metal albums. And it's still to this day considered to be the oldest heavy metal singer ever. Next.
Alexi Lalas, the American soccer player.
All right.
Football player. His real name is Panagiotis Alexander Lalas because he's of Greek origin. Yeah, retired American football player. American soccer. It's very difficult.
Yes,
he's a football. He plays football, like plays football. Their soccer
ball, but kick net.
But he was the most noticeable player from the American team in the World Cup '94. Remember USA?
Jesus, yeah, I do. Yeah,
he was
that in Atlanta. The American one.
Well, it would have been around loads of venues.
Is that not one in hell? I don't fucking know about
football.
No, it has
to be talking about all around America.
Really?
Yeah, all the different stadiums.
I'm just trying to sound smart there. I haven't fucking... literally wouldn't know one end of a field from the other one.
Like, if they had it all in Atlanta, it'd have to go on for months.
Really?
Yeah. So it was all around America. So
America.
Japan would be playing in Florida. Someone else would be playing somewhere else.
Okay.
He was the guy with the long red hair and the red beard. Do you remember that guy? That's ringing any bells.